Hey guys, today I'm not gonna do one of those weird freaking comic book videos where I'm gonna take a break from that and I'm just gonna play some video games because I'm bored and I just want to talk. Plus it's the weekend, I might as well take advantage of it. What you're seeing now is me playing one of my all-time favorite games. Don't I probably have a issue, but yeah, I would willingly play something on my Switch, but I do not know how to screen record off the Switch, and plus I don't want to film myself commentating with while the Switch is just the Switch is on this TV or like in front of me, so yeah, that's what I'm doing today. I have a lot of things to talk about today, and I just want to go over them with you guys because I just want to talk. Like honestly, I hit 130 subscribers recently. Woohoo! Thank you guys. You guys are the best. And I just want to and thanks. Shout out to Tony's Gaming Room for making my channel art. He's the one who made it. And my previous channel art was made by Mr. Sneck56. Subscribe to their channels. So to explain the comic book videos, basically what I did was I I wanted so if you read my description, I wanted to I want to be a cartoonist or an animator, like an art like a cartoonist of some form someday, like any form really, as long as it's not 3D. My characters do not blend well in 3D. And so I just thought I would show you guys some of my work from the past, from the present, and yeah, that's basically what I did. My videos, they're all of them, they're good. Well, they're not. A lot of my comics have aged poorly in terms of stuff like the art style, and in terms of stuff like that, yeah, see some of the like my comics made back in 2018 and stuff like those did not age well because like the art style, some of the jokes are pretty terrible and it tries to get all trendy by referencing stuff like the Switch and the PS4. And my newer comics, I try to avoid being like meta and like referencing like modern stuff. And if I'm gonna reference something, at least I'm gonna make it relevant. So yeah, that's basically what's been going on with me recently. I've been fine. Damien and Friends has reached its 4th season on YouTube with currently only 2 episodes. Well, season 4 has 2 episodes. So if you go back way back to my channel or go to the Damien and Friends episode playlist, my very first Damien and Friends video was actually it was about it was about a series called Damien versus Shadow and stuff, and that was a series where basically my friend whose name I probably won't, I'll just call him Christian, but I won't say his like last name, so I don't want to reveal too much. We made a series back in elementary school where basically me and Shadow compete for, I guess, Rouge from Sonic the Hedgehog. God, I was really, 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 really dumb back then. I don't know, like, it was, I mean, like, the whole thing, I just think that I would not do something like that because, like, I'm not, like, like into that. Like nowadays, I never really was. I just like personally, I just think that idea was just kind of funny, and he did too, so we just did it, and we created it. And my very first Damien and Friends video, all the way back from 2017, was also when this game I'm playing came out. On August 2017, we released Damien vs. Shadow, which is now its title, Damien and Friends Classics, a Damien and Friends crazy cart, and we compete against me, Jack, Tony, Xander, Christian, and Shadow compete against fictional versions of us, to be specific. They're not the actual, like the real life versions of us are shown, like, sometimes in the series, so, but yeah, they show, well, yeah, we compete against the female Sonic characters in a race, like Mario Kart, and then Sideshow Bob from The Simpsons just screws all of us over at the end. He was and still is like one of the main villains in Damien and Friends. And I thought he's just a great villain in general. So he screws everyone over, we defeat him, blah blah blah, and then we take home the trophy. I actually did show like another Damien and Friends Damien vs. Shadow comic recently in season 3. It was in season 3 of a Damien and Friends where when Shadow, where we all compete against Shadow. Well, no, I compete against Rouge actually, because we just go to an arena, and then she takes down everyone except for me, but I still lose at the end. Yeah, the likeliness of the Yo-Bros, like the main characters, the Yo-Bros, aka me, Jack, Tony, Xander, Ian, Christian, whatever, blah blah blah. The main characters, I don't want it to be like a thing where like the main characters always win, unless they're like up against like a real threat. Well, they would always guarantee to win, but the main characters lose just as many times as they win, just to keep it even and fair. Why am I talking to this one right now? And um yeah, it's basically we don't win. Like, I just find like the ones where we lose at the end just the funnier ones, because like sometimes they kind of deserve, well, they don't deserve it, but like, I don't know, it's just funny to me, at least. Like, those are just funnier because the Yo-Bros are like, they're like wacky, crazy characters, and like it's when seeing them, like, usually with the sometimes I use the Simpsons in my comics, specifically Lisa or Homer, and they're like the villains, the quote-unquote villains, I guess. And in that, they're just, and then the Yo-Bros would win, but sometimes like they would lose to something stupid like a Catwoman or whatever, that Perfect Day short. I'm not gonna be talking about this for like the whole stream, because I'm gonna keep it divisive and stuff. So yeah, that's basically what it is. Then there's AJ and Friends, or AJ and Lola. Lola is a character from The Loud House, which is it's a show that I recently grew out of, like the middle of last year. I just thought to myself, wow, this show's actually kind of cringe. Like, I don't mean to offend any Loud House fans watching, but like, honestly, I watched that. I tried watching it again last year, and I cringed like a lot. Like, I just couldn't like get 5 minutes. I watched the whole like first season, and like I it was good, but like it's still like made me cringe like a lot, so I just don't like it anymore. Like, honestly, the show just makes me cringe. And I just don't like it anymore, to be honest. But yeah, I like Lola's character. And I thought, ooh, why am I clicking in that area? That looks perverted. Um, uh, we, I used her because she would make a great antagonist, and her being paired up with an idiot character like AJ would be like, oh god, they'd make that's perfect because we got like the annoying bratty one who like almost never gets what she deserves. So complete karma for that is just like having to hang out with this idiot like every single day. And then you got the, the other friends, my original characters, Baby Jack or BJ. I probably should have given him a better like initials. And Danny, Cutie Bro, Nitzy, and Bonnie, who, if you've ever watched Pokemon the series XY, then that's who that character is. I do not own that character. It's yeah, I actually like say it in the credits a few times. I don't own like Lola or Bonnie or the fucking Simpson characters. I don't own them. Like they do not. They're not my wait, did I just say the F word? Oh crap. I don't own them. They're not my property. I do own the other characters though. Like I do have a series where it's just only the original characters, like there's no copyrighted characters or material. I mean, there's some characters that are based off the originals, but whatever. And then there's the top heroes, Super Rex, Super Slug, Super Pencil, and Captain Underpants. Yeah, I used him like a lot with those characters in my older comics and sometimes in my new ones because, believe it or not, I used to be a huge fan of Captain Underpants. I still own all the books. I watched the show on Netflix like a couple years ago. I watched the whole Netflix show. I own a Blu-ray copy of the movie. Like seriously, let's be serious for a moment. Why is the Captain Underpants movie like honestly, like that movie was so good. Like why isn't it as talked about as like everything else DreamWorks is doing? Like seriously, that movie needs more attention. And then you got the uh what was I gonna say? Okay, back to what I was saying about the top heroes. Yeah, they were the original, okay, not the first original characters, those were Cat and Rat, but like after Cat and Rat, then there were those guys. Super Slug is a character made by Mr. Snack 56, and he would always be teamed up with Pikachu in some way. Like they would always, and also Candy Apple sometimes. These two would go out, they would fight crime, and usually like alien threats or just random stuff really. Funnily enough, Super Rex was like initially Super Rex was the Tyrannosaurus from the Jurassic Park / World movies. God, Jurassic World Dominion looks lit, by the way. So he was supposed to be the T-Rex from those movies, but yeah, because I was young when I was making these comics, like back 2015, Jurassic World was coming out, and I thought, ooh, it would be a great idea to make Super X into like the T-Rex from those movies, but then initially Super X is a male character, and then I thought, oh god, oh my god, I don't want Super X to be female because the Tyrannosaurus from the Jurassic, actually all of the dinosaurs, like practically all of them are females. Not all of them, but like a good majority of them, and the T-Rex is like no exception to it. And Super Pencil's a character made by my friend Tony's Gaming Room. Go subscribe to him. He's a pencil who wears the Captain Underpants cape. I think he fought a pillow once. It was fun. It was weird, and it was pretty good. I mean, the comics themselves are kind of bad because all of my like older comics are pretty bad, like in terms of art style and storylines. Like, I don't really care about like the storyline or anything. Sometimes I just make it straight up nonsense or something. And And I just like slapsticky, squash and stretch. Like, I like violent cartoons, like slapstick, squash and stretch, whatever works. I, yes, my main genre. And like whenever I want to be like serious or something, I just make something for the Cool Comics Universe series, which is same universe as a Damien Friends, Nancy's Adventures, Looney Cooper, Total War, whatever. They all take place in the same universe. Okay, but anyway, they would all just go out, they would fight crime and stuff. And there was Ben and James the Ghouls from the Slug Wars movie. And, and then there were Ben and James from the Slug Wars movies. No, the Slug Wars movie, because it's the second movie in the Cool Comics universe thing. And they were like the original, like the first bad guys for the series. Um, hold on. They were the original villains, shall I say? And I mean, until the evil space guy became like a character. Oh yeah, the evil space guy. He's the main antagonist of the entire universe. Like the evil space guy, the spiky guy who like he has like a bunch of spikes all over his body, and he wears a USA looking hat thing, and under that is just hair. And his little clone minions, like his little minion clones, they're not the minions from the Despicable Me movies. They're just little like small clones of him, and all of them are um, literally all of them. Okay, what? Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. But yeah, he's the villain. I'm not gonna spoil too much about him. Like his backstory is revealed in the they reveal his backstory in the Slug Wars movie is that he was a child. Well, no, he used to love the Yo Bros and stuff, but then like Ben and James stopped being the villains, and then he decided, oh, I'm gonna take over the world and become the villain. That's not the evil space guy does not have the strongest motivation to take over the world. Like to be completely honest. And so I changed that in my original series where he actually has a motivation for something. So anyway, and he would become like the overarching villain in like a lot of my comics and mostly the universe comics and stuff. But yeah, the Space Guy he's the villain, and the top heroes and the Yebras would usually team up to defeat him. And he's gonna keep making more appearances. And then there's the Team Bad Time. Oh boy, this group of characters has to be like the ones that aged poorly, I guess, because they. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Undertale's not a bad game, but the fan base just makes me want to hate the game. Like honestly. So Team Bad Time and Jesus Christ, this is going to be very hard to talk about. It has Cuphead, Sans from Mugman, and Link from Legend of Zelda, and they just do random and stupid stuff. I know a lot of my characters do stupid and random things, but these dudes I had a comic where it was literally just Mugman waiting in front of his house, just doing nothing but like waiting for the trash to come. There's one where Cuphead runs for president, where they all morph bodies or something. I fucking hate Natsuki. I'm just skipping through it. Yeah, y'all in that I'm probably gonna get spammed for disliking this character specifically, so Natsuki haters, you should probably leave this video. Oh, actually, I can. Y'all can leave the video immediately. So, yeah. Um, oh shoot, I lost my train of thought. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the Team Bad Time, like, Cuphead run for president. Actually, I have a whole Team Bad Time 10-part origin series called Super Smash Bros. Avenge. Because, like, back then, since Sans got into Super Smash Bros. Like 2019, like, I thought, oh, that's cool. Sans is in Smash. I wonder if it'd be. And I always wanted Cuphead to be in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and hope I got my wish. I mean, both Sans and Cuphead are in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but they're only available as, like, Mii fighter skins. But to me, that's still worth it because, bro, it's Cuphead and Smash Bros. Like, that's all I ever asked for. It's basically Cuphead, Mugman, Sans, and Link. Like, all the Smash Bros. Characters they're all teamed up together. All the characters are just they're a bunch of random Smash Bros. Characters are separated into their own groups, and then they God, Jesus Christ. And then they go out and fight random, like, mini bosses and stuff, or regular bosses, or bosses, or shut up, or whatever. They fight a bunch of boss fights, and they work their way towards the final boss. And, like, in part 10, I think they all team up, and then they briefly run their own TV show, but that gets canceled immediately, and then they realize, oh, geez, we have to finish this game. And then they go there, and then the final boss is me, like, the real life version of me. Like, the series was partially inspired by If Cuphead Was Realistic, this 3-part series on YouTube. And basically, it has them as the. So, yeah, the final. If you ever watched If Cuphead Is Realistic, the thing is, in the final part of that, in the finale, it has Cuphead and Mugman fighting a CEO or something of an animation studio. And it has Cuphead, Mugman, against this real life dude who works at Smashbit Animations. And okay, hold on. I'm gonna look it up real quick. If Cuphead, I'm gonna look that up real quick. Was realistic. Okay, my Wi-Fi's not working. Okay, there it is. Part 3 is the one I want. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked real quick, but I'm not watching this ad. Like, honestly. It's like way at the end of here. Yeah. Yep, here it is. Right here, they fight a real life guy. In my comic, I'm that guy, that Cuphead Mugman, and also Link and Sans have to fight. It's hilarious. Yes. And this is basically what happens. That happens to me in that comic, the real life version of me. And to be fair, it's actually like, I thought instead of just using the evil space guy or like one of the other villains for like the 1 millionth time, I just thought, why not just use yourself? Because it was inspired by that series specifically. Like, I have a movie in the Cool Comics universe that's just a whole, like, the cartoon characters versus, like, the real life characters. Like, honestly. Um, like, there's just cartoon characters versus, like, real life characters. And, yeah, I have it like that. And it's in San. Oh wait, I'm not gonna spoil who the main villain really is in that movie or whatever. But yeah, basically that's that. And Cool Comics Universe number. It's like in the second. Okay, I'm not gonna spoil it. So yeah, Team Bad Time. Yeah, they just do stupid stuff, and that's all you really need to know. And then there's what's his Fredbear or no, it's like yeah, Fredbear and Friends. Well, not like that freaking weird FNAF Minecraft animation series. It's actually based off this series I made back in fourth grade with one of my other friends. I have so many friends I made comics with. It was called the Freddy Fredbear Show, and it's like plush versions of the FNAF characters run the Freddy Fazbear Pizzeria restaurant. There's only one A Damien and Friends episode there's only one A Damien and Friends episode that has a Fredbear and a Freddy show, whatever. There's currently like one episode with that segment, and it's called The Bite of When. The Bite of When, Great Zilla Race, and Foot Boom. Season 3 episode, I think that's season 3 episode 36, I think. And basically Fredbear Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria is in danger of getting shut down because one of the patients reportedly went crazy after eating the pizza because and then, like, there's a running joke throughout the episode that Fredbear secretly puts drugs in the pizza, but turns out it was one of my controversial characters, the Mental Baby, which I'll put the Mental Baby in, like, future episodes. Basically, his entire character is that he's a psychopathic baby who likes ponies. That's it. And turns out he just went crazy anyways and bit someone. But at the end, Fredbear does still get arrested for having possession of illegal drugs. Yeah, there will be more of those. Like, even though the series is made for kids, I still like put risque jokes. And I forgot Talking to Yuri takes forever to finish. And there's a lot of risque humor in it, kind of like Animaniacs, which is what my series, a good chunk of my stuff is inspired by. Like, I just love that show. Animaniacs is a classic. And yeah, it's basically that. And I included the only segment with like completely original characters in it, Cat and Rat, which are the first ever original Cool Comics characters. They debuted all the way back in 2013, like a year before Cool Comics was actually established. So yeah, they predate Cool Comics itself. It's funny, and ironically that Cat and Rat actually there's actually another Cat and Rat cartoon like on my channel, like called A Cat and Rat Cartoon, and it's like way like it's the second ever episode of the series, like right before Crazy Car, then Cat and Rat Cartoon. And yeah, that's basically them, but the whole synopsis, I didn't want to do the Tom and Jerry route where it's just another, oh, it's a cat chasing a mouse cartoon. It's the cat and the mouse are actually best friends, and they get chased by the cat's evil sister, a dog, a pumpkin, a spider, only on the Halloween episodes, but a spider, a pumpkin that is a spider, and a psychopathic cat, and like a few others. Like cat and rat have a lot of enemies, and they only have like a few real friends, like mouse and bird, for example. But other than that, it's just cat and rat, and also Rat's GF, who's not. Cat and rat is not furry bait. Like no cat. It's not furry bait. So stop. And I also included Pokemon Court Sun and Moon, or whatever. Just I think it's just Pokemon Court now because Sun and Moon is kind of dated. Yeah, kind of a dated game now. It's just Pokemon Court, and it has Pikachu as the judge, Squirtle as a lawyer, and Reshiram and Zekrom are just there. They help solve cases, and the Yoros just pop in from time to time. And additionally, there's a few other segments that show up random sometimes, like the one I made my own 1 Week at Flumpty's, like fan-made comic books. Don't know what that is? It's a series. 1 Week at Flumpty's is an animated series on YouTube, which they're all like 1-minute shorts, and they're based off a Five Nights at Freddy's fan game called One Night at Flumpty's. And there's only last year a few months ago they released One Night at Flumpty's 3, which I hear is good, but like I saw gameplay footage and it looks a little too challenging in my opinion. So yeah, I actually made a video where I play One Night at Flumpty's 2. Yeah, and I uploaded the complete 1 Week at Flumpty series on my channel. Which those videos are owned by Jonachrome, not me. Jonachrome owns those videos. I hope Jonachrome is doing better. So yeah, I'm gonna go over a few of the other segments on Damien and Friends, and then I'll be done talking about it. So there's the Gator Baby shorts, which can be felt like Valuable Lesson, Great Zilla Race. I mean, that's not technically Gator Baby, but so basically I used to make this series called Space Godzilla and Gatorzilla, it's basically Space Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla and Gatorzilla, and they fight monsters. They were played out like feature films, like all of them did. Like they all played out like actual movies. And there are only 5 of them. I'm not going to continue it because number 5 is, just left off perfectly. Well, not really. Like number 5 is objectively easily the worst one because it has they add 7 other baby characters because I guess Gatorzilla asexually reproduces or something, whatever. And the Gator babies are they're Gatorzilla's children. And number 5, one of them tries to flirt with June, who's one of Space Godzilla's babies, a female Space Godzilla. And she gets flirted on with him a lot. And then in most comics, it usually just revolves around number 5 trying to. I'll just lay out the Gator Babies' personalities. 7, 8, and 9, I haven't introduced them yet, but they're I'll introduce them later, but okay, number 1 is the leader, number 2 is number 2 or number 3 is the angry one, number 4 is the chill one, number 2 is the smart one, I think, and number 5 is the egotistical stalker. He just stalks June, sort of. I mean, they actually get together in the original Space Godzilla and Gatorzilla series, but that series isn't canon to the ACU or Cool Comics universe. Damien Cinematic Universe, whatever. I think I might reference that in a future multiversal comic or whatever, where it references the other things that I've made that are not canon. And yeah, yeah, and in terms of like villains and stuff, of course there's the evil space guy in Sideshow Bob and blah blah blah. Or just like not like villains but like antagonists. Like you got I use Petey the Cat from Dogman, Captain Blunderpants from the eighth Captain Underpants book, who's like the evil version of Captain Underpants. There's like color swap versions of random characters. There's the Indominus Rex, who's actually dead. The I use King Boo sometimes. Man Spider, blah blah blah. Just it's a bunch of random villains. Sometimes Flumpty is a villain, but like he just changes like the course of the episode so he can be a good guy or a bad guy whenever he wants to. And and sometimes I just use like I was saying, I use like copyrighted characters as villains. Like I use I use Lisa like as a antagonist in quotes sort of because like she's got her she's like my least okay I'm probably gonna get crap for this, but she's my least favorite Simpson character, so I just kind of find her kind of annoying, so I just used her as the villains or quote unquote villain sometimes. Well, I mean she was villain once in like Super Friends, and her whole thing is that she still has some of her same personality traits that she had from that show, but she has a huge crush on the fictional version of me. And usually when we're in scenes together, she's often seen flirting or just chasing me because the funny cartoon. Monkeys, climb crickets, blah blah blah. I like this poem. It's just she can't write a poem. Oh my god, like that's one of her redeeming qualities. She just sucks at like everything. Natsuki. Oh yeah, I actually used Natsuki as an antagonist a few times, or I'll get to that later, but yeah. Sometimes Lisa's the villain, sometimes Lisa and Homer, because like Lisa, Homer Simpson just like he would make for a great antagonist against characters like the Yoros, to be honest. Like to be completely honest, he just makes there's something about him that just screams I'd make a great enemy for these characters. And I used the characters from this game sometimes, like in like future comics, Lisa is defeated, and I sometimes in my National Club Day comic, which I'm currently working on part 2 of. I'm spoiler alert, so skip like 50 seconds if you don't want to hear this spoiler. Um, or actually, I might be live streaming this, so just like close the live stream or whatever, depending on what I'm doing. Um, like there's a scene where like all the clubs, like the occult research club, don't ask where that's from. The the literature club, the chess club, the gamer club, they all just break out into like fights, and like everyone just starts beating up each other. And like yeah, that's inspired from a scene from the Looney Tunes show from 2011. That show is great, honestly. But anyways, everyone gets beaten up, and like after that, sometimes I usually use Natsuki specifically as like a foil character, like against like the Yoros or usually me, because Natsuki is my least favorite DDLC character. She's just kind of a jerk. Like I know she has like personal problems and stuff, but like she just makes me mad. Natsuki Sims, you can leave like right now. And I used her as the antagonist like a few times, or like a foil for the Yoros or me, just me, because like usually whenever one of the Yoros or one of my plans just goes completely wrong, like I use Natsuki ends up beating. I usually end up getting beat up by Natsuki, like, or like one of the characters gets beat up by her because because that's, I don't know, slapstick. Also because, well, who else would beat you up other than like your least favorite character? That's why, like, uh, yeah, there's a few comics where I've just, okay, quick back to the Gator Babies. There's actually this one comic I have where June is actually friends with Natsuki, and um, Gator Baby 5, number 5, he's trying to zap June with, like, he's trying to make June fall in love with him by, like, trapping her and, like, using all these weapons against her. But in the long run, like, he usually ends up getting himself beat up, or just this Natsuki just beats him up too, because she just sort of exists in that episode. I think that episode is called Proverbial Earth Stalking. I'll post that somewhere in this 4th season. Proverbial Earth Stalking. Or no, Proverbial Earth Shopping. Some of my titles have nothing to do with the actual episode. Yes, usually I just use Natsuki to just beat up the other characters. Or just, sometimes she herself is the one getting the beating. Like, I don't, like, show myself punching the girl character because I'm not gonna show myself, like, punching a woman character. That's actually kind of dumb. I should probably close this up. Probably that. Probably old stocking, blah blah blah. It's just, like, honestly, yeah. If you saw my background, if you saw my background on my computer briefly, yes, I do like anime. So you guys can shut up now. I don't know. I just think anime's cool. Okay, but whatever. What the? Okay, so back to what I was saying. Overall, I just use these. I sometimes use, like, Monika as, like, the character who, like, sometimes Monika shows up and she stalks me specifically because, like, because there's an episode called Doki Doki Academia Club, and I am basically the MC of that whole thing. I mean, the others are there too, but they get kicked out in part 2. And then I'm just there, like, the entire episode. It's just me. It's freaking weird, bro. I'm the MC, blah blah blah. You all know the whole backstory. And she just stalks me throughout the series. It's kind of creepy, actually, but comedy, I guess. I don't know. And the Boo Busters and Spider Boy comics are John by Tony's Gaming Room. He's a friend of mine. Go subscribe to his channel. He makes retro game videos, and I suggested him to upload the Simpson arcade video, and yeah, that was personally my favorite video of his. So go watch him. He illustrated those comics. And that's basically it. That's all the Damien Friends stuff I'm going to be talking about for right now, at least. So, yeah, Nitsy's Adventures, the spin-off series. There's only going to be 9 episodes in the first season, so don't. Well, actually, there's planned to be 8, but 9, because my friend KM Animation, he suggested just make a spin-off. One of my friends suggested just make a spin-off about Nitsy, the girl who likes AJ, and she just hangs out with him. Like, just do like AJ and Friends, but with girl characters. So that's what I did. I did exactly that. Okay, and yeah, that's it. That's the Damien and Friends. More season 4 episodes are on the way. Yeah, season 4 is going to be coming well, it already is out full day, and one other episode with like third Super Mario Bros. Does not count. It's technically its own series. It's canon in the universe and everything, but yeah, it's all the same. Like it's in the same universe. It's technically its own thing though, and that's all I'm gonna say about it. Um, I recently saw the new Batman movie, The Batman. It was really good. Like a lot of people like I know are just like, "Oh, that movie sucks." But you can't clearly like the people who like said they didn't like it that I know like clearly they weren't paying attention or were like barely even watching the movie because that movie is really good. Like yeah, it's a little too long. It's 2 hours 50. That's basically 3 hours. Like yeah, that's a little long for a superhero movie or whatever. But I mean, Avengers Endgame was 3 hours. If Avengers Endgame can be 3 hours and Zack Snyder's Justice League can be 4 hours, then who cares? And those are both really good movies. Got still glad that Zack Snyder won that fan voted thing or whatever. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Batman, good movie. You should check it out while it's still in theaters. I honestly thought that movie was going to simultaneously be on HBO Max too, but then I realized that the whole in theaters and on HBO Max thing was only for 2021, so they're not going to do that again. I don't know. Maybe when the Batman is done with its theater run, it will go to HBO Max because HBO Max is the Warner Bros. Streaming service. It's HBO Max is literally just Warner Bros.'s response. Disney Plus came out. Warner Bros. Was like, we gotta complete with that somehow. So they just make HBO Max, and I really like it. HBO Max is awesome, and the Batman, Robert Pattinson, he's a good actor. I honestly did not expect the guy who directed the second Venom movie to play Alfred. Like honestly, like for as like Alfred, like he doesn't really work for me. Like honestly, because he's kind of you know, it's just like it feels weird to me how they use. I mean, I have nothing against like his acting or anything, but like I feel like it's an interesting decision to make someone like him be Alfred. I don't know, that's just me though. And the Riddler, I love how they made him look like the Zodiac killer or whatever. Have they caught the Zodiac killer yet, or I think he's been like I don't know. I don't know anything about that guy, but I love how they gave the Riddler unique design. I love how when superhero or like any movie for that matter, they take classic characters and give them redesigns. I mean, unless it's Godzilla '98, that design is awful. The design for that show is terrible, but no, that movie's just bad in general. But yeah, I like the design. I like how they like even if he's like his design and like personality is a little different, like sometimes they make him a little too Jokerish, but still. And that's the thing, like the Dark Knight, like the Batman movie, honestly just feels like a it feels like an alternate version of the Dark Knight. Like literally, it's like in some instances it's almost the same movie because there's like this mysterious dude who's like causing a bunch of killings and stuff, and you got Batman involved with the police, and like the villains are trying to like expose, well, not trying to expose Batman, but they're like trying to. Both the villains are like really interested in Bruce Wayne or just Batman, and they cause something that like screws up the city like a lot, like the Harvey Dent, like they turn him into Two-Face or like the Riddler hostage situation or whatever. And that was a good movie. I can't wait to see they leak the Joker at the end, so I can't wait to see that. they solved all of his puzzles. The director like had a thing where you have to solve all his puzzles on like social media, and everyone solved it, and now we're getting the Joker. Um, yeah, that was it. Overall, it's a good movie. Catwoman's actor, she's cool. She does a great job. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if a bunch of people like started simping like immediately. Actually, they already are doing it. Um, who the hell? Oh, um, email and I'm trying to get them all safer. And it's just a good, like honestly, it's a good movie. Go watch it and pay attention, mind you. Like if you don't pay attention, you're gonna say the movie's bad when in real life you're not even watching it. So, like so, whatever. Go watch it. It's great. It's not Dark Knight good, but it's still good. And I got Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for Christmas, which I was planning to get for a long time because when Pyra and Myth were revealed for Smash, I sort of got interested in the game. I mean, to be fair, I was one of those people who, like, when Pyra and Mythra were first revealed for the game, I'm like, what? Like, because when Pyra and Mythra were first revealed for Smash Ultimate, people hated them. Like, honestly, like, I was kind of disappointed because I wanted somebody else. But, I don't know. Pyra's just cool, you know? She's my main in that game. She was even my freaking profile picture until I changed it to Zig. You guys ever watch Zig and Sharko? Like the animated like French series from like 2000. I think it has like 3 seasons and a spinoff or something. I think. Like, come on, tell me in the comments if you've ever watched Zig and Sharko. Like if you've ever watched Zig and Sharko, you'll get a shout out in the next video. Like I'll guarantee that. Just comment if you've ever watched that. But anyways, she was my profile picture. I uploaded a video where I named her and Mithra. Honestly, I prefer Pyro over Mithra. You can call me a simp, just whatever, I don't care. And I got interested in the game, so I got it for Christmas. I'm currently on chapter 3. It's so far it's a pretty good game. It's some aspects of it kind of confuse me, but you know, there's something called the internet. You know, I just work it out because boredom. And yeah, it's a good game. I've been meaning to get like Pokemon Legends Arceus because I want it to be the first Pokemon game that I've ever like completed. Because like all my other Pokemon games, I I got Pokemon Ultra Moon for the 3DS and I never beat it. Like I never managed to beat the game. Like the whole like I just couldn't. I got lost and I didn't know what I was doing. So I had to start over and do something else. Uh, well, actually, I didn't start the game over. What am I talking about? I'm still on the island that you go to after surfing on that one Pokemon. I just got lost. Now I don't know where I'm going. On Pokemon Sword, I got stuck on this one person that I can't get past, so I just gave up. And I want to get another Pokemon game so I can actually complete it. Be the first Pokemon game that I actually read. I just bought. Yeah, Squirtle's best Pokemon will come at me. Um, there is there is this what's it called? Oh yeah, I like my favorite, my unironically my favorite game like of all time. Yeah, I'm probably gonna like people are. I'm probably gonna get a lot of crap for this, but it's New Super Mario Bros. U. New Super Mario Bros. U. Yeah, because before like 2019 or 2018, I never got to play the game. I had a Wii U, but I never picked the game up, and I wanted to play it for the longest time. And then on like my birthday, sometime in like fifth grade, I got the game. I got the copy that comes with New Super Luigi U, like pre-installed and everything, and I loved it. Oh, Jesus. Um, Unironically, it's my favorite game ever. Like, I know people don't really like it because it's more of the same New Super Mario Bros. Stuff, because it's just same worlds, same characters, same. It's basically the same game for like the fourth time. I understand why people don't like it, but to me, I just love it. Like, yeah, the four player doesn't work, but it's still fun to just do four player in that game. The For one, the graphics are amazing. I think that all like the layout, the world of New Super Mario Bros. U looks amazing, and the music is good. I mean, some of it, albeit some of it is reused from like the pat from NSMB two and NSMB Wii. Like that's one of my main gripes. Like NSMB DS, it had the best. It had like easily the best soundtrack of all the games. So if you're gonna reuse music, at least use updated versions of them. Like just do it the freaking Van thing. Just do it. Okay, I can't talk. Just New Super Mario Bros. U has some original music, like the overworld theme and the plane and like the ground theme, grass theme, whatever. And the rest is just reused. But I honestly don't mind it. It's still a good soundtrack. The final boss music, it's great. The final boss is actually probably my favorite final boss of the NSMB series. Like, I literally used Bowser Jr. to kill Bowser once. It was hilarious. Because you can throw him at his foot. And then I threw Bowser Jr. at his foot once and he just died immediately. It was hilarious. But yeah, it's best game ever, in my opinion. This Doki Doki, the game I'm playing right now, comes in second place. And then, like, there's still more. I don't. Smash Ultimate, I guess. I'm just a huge fan of Mario. Always will be. And I I saw and Spider-Man No Way Home was a fantastic movie. It's my favorite Spider-Man movie. Before that, like I own all the Spider-Man movies on Blu-ray and DVD. I own the Tobey Maguire trilogy, the Mark Webb duology. Like I own Avengers Endgame, Avengers Infinity War, Far From Home, Homecoming. I own both Venom movies and I have Into the Spider. I just have all the Spider-Man movies. Like I have Into the Spider-Verse also. That was a great movie. Easily best of 2019. Well, other than King of the Monsters and like a few other movies, but like Into the Spider-Verse is a really good movie. And uh, everything else from yeah, honestly, just Andrew Garfield's performance, like in Spider-Man No Way Home, was amazing. Like seriously, Marvel, Sony, just give Andrew his third movie. Like I keep saying like too much, but honestly, give Andrew his third movie. He deserves it. We need Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 3. Like they're having the whole multiversal thing right now. Like No Way Home just had Toby, Andrew, Tom, and all the other villains in it. So why not just do like Andrew Garfield versus Tom Hardy Venom. That would be cool. That'd be awesome. Um Tom Hardy versus Andrew. That would be cool. Uh, I heard some rumors that Tobey Maguire is going to be in the new Doctor Strange movie, but supposedly that leak. Wait, Monica had a boyfriend? I didn't know that. Supposedly, that was a. I guess that was a fake rumor or something, but just seeing. If I had to see any of the Spider-Man and Doctor Strange 2, that'd be great. So yeah, No Way Home is a great movie. And Sony, just give Andrew his third movie. Like, good golly God. Like, Jesus. I want the Amazing Spider-Man 3. The first Amazing Spider-Man was a great movie. Amazing Spider-Man 2 is not very good, but it has some good stuff in it. And Andrew did amazing alongside Toby and Tom in No Way Home. So, seriously, like, even, like, the fans are like, seriously, just give Andrew his third movie. Everyone, everyone loves Andrew now. So just do it. Honestly. And plus, he was in a bunch of good other, he was in Social Network. That was a Social Network is a really good movie. He was in a few other movies. Just, I find it kind of funny how the guy who directed both Amazing Spider-Man films is just named Webb, Mark Webb. Was that a cool